Hello, hello, and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Dungeons & Dragons Acquisitions Incorporated. I am your Dungeon Master, Scott, and here are my lovely players.
Hello, my name is Matthew. I play Lowin, the Verdan life cleric of Lythander, and the cartographer of the group.
Hi, my name is Ray. I play Inisalia, your everyday Tiefling Paladin, and the Secretarian of the group.
Hey guys, I am John. I play Ilbreyan Jenkins, the half-elf warlock of the group, and the Loremonger extraordinary.
And my name is Nigel. I play Rynford, Gimaldree Tunslayer, a rock gnome wizard, and the party's Documancer.
Fantastic. So when last we left our heroes, they had concluded a momentous vacation to a fantasy casino.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Hey, you go to a casino. It's fine. It's a work junket. It's,
There was a pool.
There was a pool.
There was a pool. There were also like a dozen liches.
There was quite a few liches that you had some interesting negotiations with, finalizing the getting the sort of the more full picture about the Order of the Wanderer and coming to an arrangement with Lottie as to getting the final piece and getting her help in figuring out how to track it and potentially destroy it. There was also just a really, just sort of minor, inconsequential game of competitive role-playing that I don't think much... What happened in that? I forget. What happened there?
This boring guy basically had his dad sell his soul for him because he made his,
yeah, that's right. Literal
stuff.
You guys literally dealt with the devil. Fantastic. I love it.
Line.
But yeah, so you guys made it back to Waterdeep, where Acquisitions Incorporated corporate office is in full swing. They have activated all of the franchises towards the task of finding and preparing for stopping the Six in their ritual to use the Orrery of the Wanderer, something that they have in their possession as along with the majority of the pieces, to open up a essentially gaping portal to the Far Realm presumably in some attempt to destroy Acquisitions Incorporated, with which the Six has a corporate feud with. You guys have been in Waterdeep. Your main point of contact is a young gnomish woman by the name of Zani, who is sort of taking point on the portalometer project. She is a skilled artificer, a tinkerer, a little bit of a ne'er-do-well, but she's sort of your point person in terms of getting all the materials, getting the items, getting the research done regarding that. They have a lot of people on that, and she has sort of been given project lead on the portalometer project. But you guys are definitely kept in the loop as far as the progress of that and what needs to be done. But before we get into those details, y'all have gone on something of a shopping trip as part of your period of downtime. So we've already done a lot of the dice rolling. We've sold off some things, but we've acquired a couple of magic items that, in my opinion, need some explanation as to how it went down. You guys had the backing of Acquisitions Incorporated. The corporate buyers helped you find sources of information, where to track this down in the city of Waterdeep, as well as get some pretty deep discounts on some things, but nothing's free. So there was a very cheaply acquired Rod of the Pact Keeper. How do we suggest that came about?
It was just laying around.
I have kind of half an idea that I would like to present.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I just see someone like sweating profusely, bursting through the door, trying to unload some very hot merchandise. And like, hey, man, no questions asked. I hear you need one of these things. I just need 200 gold. I need 200 gold right now.
very specific amount of money. Oh, well, let's hear you out. What have we got going on? So,
Or you followed? Like he's the one asking that?
yeah. Well, you came here, so you would have to me if you're being.
200 gold, man. He's looking at a watch that doesn't exist. You got 20 seconds to decide, man.
That does sound like a very good deal. I mean,
A very good deal for something we don't. You know what? Fine. Let's roll the dice. Sure. Why not? Here, 200 gold, my friend. Boom.
Drops it
They
like
walk.
it's on fire, and he grabs the sack of gold and runs out the door. Doesn't even say thank you.
Just puts it out.
he was literally on fire.
Yeah, it is literally on stop fire. And in fact, like as you're sort of banging it out, Ilby, you can't actually put it out. It seems to be like air burning, and it doesn't stop burning until it's gone through whatever cycle it is, and you find yourself attuned to it.
I know what these are. Oh, yes.
This is gonna eat your soul.
Did we do a good thing?
It can't eat my soul because I'm connected to the nether realms, you see. So, no, it's probably fine. I mean, it might, spontaneously combust at some point. It's spontaneous, so we can't really guess it.
As you're sort of staring into the gem of this thing, you find your attention drawn into some of the facets, and you're a jeweler. You appreciate a good gem, but you can't help but find your attention drawn deeper and deeper into the facet because you see this sort of lithe feminine form start to form in the reflections. It just seems to be beckoning your attention, your mind deeper and deeper into it.
Oh, 1 second. I say as to anyone who's still in the room.
I
I
told you it's gonna eat his soul. It's gonna eat his soul. We need to stop.
I'm just gonna keep looking at it.
Yeah.
Inisalia has actually gone out to
have
see
it.
if there were like cops or guards running by. Excuse me, cops.
He'll be
guards.
occasionally.
Yeah, no, he seems to be drawn deeper and deeper in, and you see yourself, Ilby, sort of drawn into this sort of paradise realm of wine and fancy cheeses and gauzy lighting, and this woman just seems to be inviting you in. It's more like a feeling of all this. There's no actual like words being communicated to you, but you find yourself just utterly drawn in and captivated in this little fantasy realm. Until, and all of this is taking place in a matter of moments, until you find yourself rudely ejected from it, and you catch a fleeting glimpse of a red-robed figure joining the woman inside and having very tense, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you?
Oh, okay, so I think what happens is on the real world, he like basically drops it and stumbles back for a second and goes, "Oh,
Thing right?
Lowin,
Was it trying to
Lowin.
eat your soul?
Huh?
Lowin, I think I just became a homewrecker. I'm a homewrecker now. I don't know if I'm proud or shamed."
I'm gonna pick it up.
Because it looked at a rock?
You pick it up, Lowin, and it doesn't seem to hold any special sway or significance over you.
I don't think it's working.
It's probably, he picks it up. It's probably for the best anyway. They probably had some latent issues to begin with. They really needed to talk this out, I think. I'm going to assume it's for the best, or I'm just going to assume that. Anyways, this is great. This is a buy.
Okay. There are people inside the rock?
Okay.
If anyone would like to roll Arcana, please. If anyone so desires to suss this out.
Oh, were you about to say something, Nigel?
I was going to say, is it that surprising, given our line of work, that there are people inside of rocks? That said, I will partake in the Arcana roll.
I rolled my own 15.
2.
24.
24.
Sorry, 26.
26. Yeah, actually, like as Ilby describes what went down, you think he's completely misread this situation. That was a poaching attempt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You detect the sort of the methodology of like some archfey. And luckily, apparently, Ilby's contract is well, you know his contract is pretty well written and safeguards against such things. But there was a possibility that Ilby might have gotten poached as a result of this apparently very fey attuned Rod of the Pack Keeper.
Interesting.
You think the danger has probably passed,
Okay.
but yeah, that was someone just tried to pull a Mickey on your friend there.
Huh. So yeah. Looks like you're kind of a popular figure in the realms beyond.
Really? Oh well.
That wasn't a domestic dispute. That was more like
Oh.
upper management quarreling over shall we say
His soul?
well, your services. That was an archfey. And the figure that you saw burst in and say, "How dare you?" is Daddy.
Oh, so you're saying that I have quite a resume. Ooh, that's very good. Yes, yes, excellent, excellent. That's very good.
Or he simply enjoys his investments and doesn't want to see them poached before he has maximized extraction. I don't know.
It's a good point. To be fair, Fey packs can be a little flighty at times. Sometimes, everyone thinks it's all about, oh, there's sexy nymphs everywhere and everything like that. But then, you have these moments where you have to sit in the icy halls of the Ice King for years and years, and no one talks about that. It's just all the sexy ladies. That's all they talk about.
Oh yeah, no. Amongst warlock conventions, the fey aligned warlocks, they talk a good game, but like when it comes time to like get deep in the comps and say horror stories, they tend to have the worst.
Oh yes. Well, let me tell you, if you ever want to sit down with me and some acquaintances I've met in the time, let me tell you, you're going to get as drunk as they are.
I'm probably always that drunk.
Well, that's because you have a drinking problem.
It is.
Well, he went to college.
I'm glad you
do
finally said something about it. It's kind of weird that we've spent this long and you haven't mentioned it. I was kind of beginning to wonder if I just wasn't displaying it enough.
If the cries for help weren't quite loud enough.
Yeah, thank you. I was beginning to wonder if I was too subtle even for you.
Oh no. It's clearly a problem, but also it's very defining. So, I don't want to make fun of it or anything.
Speaking of drinking problems, we're going to shift the scene to a back alley magical bar somewhere in the slums of Waterdeep, where some tense negotiations over the second magical item that you guys managed to acquire are taking place. Who wants to set this scene for us beyond that?
I did the last one, so...
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, I mean, we're in a tense magical bar, right? So I feel like this is a bar where, it's probably like a tattoo parlor, right? Like a drink and draw, but it's like tattoos.
Yeah, because that's the best place to get tattoos.
Ooh, maybe your warlock friends are there.
So one of the tattoo artists, because I have this image in my head, is the classic plague doctor mask wearing sort of individual, and he's very erudite and very refined. And the person from AcqInc is like, "This is how much he's willing to pay," and the guy's like stonewalling him and being like extremely deadpan. He's like, "Money is fine, but I need something more from him. He is a wizard after all. I have things to attend to." And so it's just like this guy who's like trying to get something very esoteric out of the deal as well as the money. He's willing to do it, but he needs something.
All right, we have a quick team huddle. Okay, team. So I think it's very possible, Rynford, that they're trying to take your semen.
That makes sense.
Seaman, he's not an ocean.
No, his...
Oh, damn, really? We haven't had this talk with him? Oh, why? Oh, this is not the time.
We're going to put a pin in that for right now. We'll get back to it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Bodily fluids. Okay.
We
Well, if you have a better idea, because I
do
feel like
not
it's
know how to respond to that. Let's just
Then
see
they
what he wants. Let's just
fair. All right, sure, yeah. We're amenable. Turning to him.
So I need to get something good for that Rynford could provide him. Something visceral.
I'll step into this persona you have provided for me.
Yes.
So yeah, this doctor in the back of this bar, he's got all these they definitely look sketchy, the tools that he has laid out. I wouldn't say dirty or bad, but they're not standard issue in terms of magical implements. He just has this laid out. There's this sort of table/altar where he does his etchings upon flesh. And he says, something unorthodox in order to do what you ask of me. I believe, yes, you are certainly of the arcane persuasion. I need a portion of your magic.
I see. How large a portion are we talking?
I can't say precisely. At some point in the future, I will require one of your motes of magical essence for whatever purpose I may need it at the time. I have he sort of indicates this sort of arcane tumbler into which there are maybe about a couple dozen magical rune-etched stones, and says, at my need, I pull from my collection.
I think that's agreeable, with the caveat that we are about to embark on potentially lengthy and dangerous missions, so I would appreciate if you didn't call that favor in the next month or two. If I'm in the middle of fighting somebody and reach for a fireball, I would hate for that to just be gone, 'Cause then you won't get your investment.
Unfortunately, the randomness, the chaos is necessary for the process. I cannot have any discretion over when or how much.
He pulls his finger up could you use someone else's?
He turns to you and says, potentially.
No, this is going on me. You're our healer. I would much rather you be at maximum capacity.
Okay,
So,
that's fine.
this is agreeable to me. Yeah, let's do it. The contract. Let me sign it.
He pulls out a sort of a boilerplate contract that very vaguely determines what it is that he's asking for. Essentially, something will happen with one of your spell slots at some point.
Okay. Only once.
Only once.
Okay.
But then when this contract is signed, he pulls out a sort of a blank runestone and etches a symbol upon it, and then finishes it off with a drop of your own blood. And then he drops it in the tumbler. It's like a bingo tumbler.
It just...
And he says, well then, let's get to work. Where do you want it?
Let's go with let's go with my chest.
The second that you say that, you are pounced upon and dragged onto the altar, and a mechanical spider legs just erupt out of this thing's back and begin to go to work.
I think this is part of the process, guys. It's probably fine.
Okay.
The beer just gets.
I don't know if the scream,
more drinking.
but
Hey, so Lowin, that question you had.
I don't know if this is the time.
all right. So it's definitely not his semen. I'll at least determine that. No.
Yes.
But
I read that wrong.
in a matter of minutes, this very brutal, very very harsh etching upon your flesh finishes, and you have a barrier tattoo.
So, John, about that,
Oh no! What?
I would like to request that anyone who wishes make a perception check.
Oh no.
I'm terrible at it, but let's do it.
No, I'm too busy
Okay.
drinking. I don't think I want to see.
Oh, I almost rolled a nat 20. I rolled a 1.
If you don't mind a slight hijack of the
Oh,
tension.
by all means.
I rolled 20.
Ooh.
You already know this detail, Inisalia.
Oh, that detail. Yep.
Yep.
Well, player knows, character now just noticed.
Yes. So, Inisalia notices that there are Rynford's chest is like the rest of him, pretty. It's not very well defined. His strength is 8. His constitution's 14 though, so he's not a complete dough ball. He's healthy for a gnome, but you do see under his pectoral muscles there are 2 broad horizontal scars.
Intriguing.
Indeed. So, yeah, this business gets done. You guys have acquired what you set out to acquire. There was a sort of a failed attempt to get some magical armor. Just doesn't seem to be that particular brand is in the city right now. So yeah, you guys make your way back to headquarters where you have your sort of planning meeting with Zani, who is kind of scatterbrained a little bit, but definitely very competent in your dealings with her so far. She has like this big list of all the teams that are been activated. There's apparently a mission going off to Candlekeep, one going to the Crypt Garden Fortress right now, and just sort of lists of tasks and things that various interns and franchisees and just members of the corporation are dealing with. And she has sort of set this time aside to talk with you about what you guys want to do, because you guys are essentially point people on this operation. So she is basically there. This meeting exists to integrate your guys' input into what needs to be done.
Well, obviously, first thing is we got to locate them.
Yes. The progress is coming along nicely on the portalometer, and she indicates this kind of it's kind of like a multi-tiered apparatus with all sorts of like rising and falling indicators. Like there's a big swirly bit in the center. It's very Wonka tech in its construction. But she says, like, yes, we're getting everything together. I think, more than anything else, since you guys are, far-ranging and you've been all over the places, we need ideas for how to attune it, how to get it attuned with the magics of the Ornery, and, just general interdimensional energies.
Well, we have 2 of the pieces, right?
It's like, yes, absolutely. That's sort of one of the key points here. I understand that you have some of the pieces and some, mystical encryption information that we need to integrate into the device.
Certainly. Sure, between me and Rynford, we could manage that.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I think that probably it's best that you guys handled the hands-on portion of that, just because you guys are familiar with the technology. I'll certainly assist where I can. If you guys want to spend some time getting that squared away and getting the orrery pieces integrated into the portalometer, then I think that's a great use of your time.
Here. All right, well.
So what about the? I mean, if the two of you are going to work on that, that's fantastic. What about the two of you? What input do you have? Where do we need to focus our efforts? Where can we use you in our capacity?
He looks very confused, like he doesn't know.
We're really good support. Talking, assisting, making sure everything's taken care of. He's a way of revitalizing individuals, and I can take the brunt force of any trouble that might come our way.
Great, fantastic. I mean, I'm sure, like, you all understand that, there's multiple modes of operation here. I mean, you're definitely in the field work. Definitely, that's certainly your roles. But this is more a broad scope activity.
Oh, big picture. I think Rynford
Yes,
told
yes.
me. He looks to Rynford and he'll be like, "Help us out, guys."
Well, do we have an effective idea of who exactly has been, whose lives have been wrecked by the Six? Because if so, we could try to head up some philanthropic exercises to win back the people and maybe get some assistance in the future from them.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Like broad range support, we're definitely going to need as much people inside and outside the company. And the Six of they're a terrible organization. They malign our good works in the world, and they turn people against us. And absolutely, I think if you think that's a great idea, getting the word out, getting some people on board with getting in front of this thing.
I have a question, actually. I just thought of it. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to recommend possibly seeing if Lowin and Inisalia could speak with anyone. Do we have any sort of, for lack of a better term, captives or potential people that we know work for the Six that we think we might be able to convert?
That's she goes and looks through a sort of an assets folder. She says, unfortunately, the Six tend to operate on a very tier level, wherein the people who you can get your hands on don't tend to know much, and the people who tend to know much don't seem to mind dying.
That's how they get ahead.
Yeah.
By losing their head.
Mm-hmm.
We had that lovely discussion with the captain.
Related to that, we don't actually know who the Six of them are, right?
I mean, we don't even know if that is what signifies the Six. I mean, if there are six of them...
We know one of them because we met them.
Yeah, I believe she looks through her notes. As the Splugoth returned yes, we have quite a file on him. He's a right nasty little boy, but he's not near the top of things as far as I can tell.
Very well.
As far as our intelligence is concerned, I mean, you might want to spend some time tracking that down, finding information about him, since he seems to be their point person on this project.
It's true. Good. He's kind of odious, gentleman.
Well,
I mean, after all, I'm sure some scrutineering could be done as well in regards to all that.
Indeed, absolutely. Scrutineering is always a great use of your time.
I mean, that's generally the forte of Ilby and Rynford, but I could have a go at it if you all wanted.
Just take a different approach than us, after all.
That's
So,
true.
yeah, I mean, if we're going to be occupied with with other activities, by all means, try see what you can do.
Okay. I will see about. What's this gentleman's name? He was a goblin, right?
Splugoth the Returned. Yes, he was a goblin.
Splugoth returned. Okay, Splugoth, we're gonna have a conversation.
Conversation. Well, you don't have him, but
I know, but
Right.
he said saying that to like work himself up.
okay.
We're gonna have a battle of the minds. We're gonna see who's better at this. You probably are. This is not what I do.
Oh no, believe in yourself.
Oh, it's true. I guess I do have to stretch my mental capabilities. I have to be able to be adaptable. It's always good.
You want some backup on this, or should I?
Well, you're going to be busy
pursue that
talking.
plinth, or-
You should go do the philanthropic stuff.
Okay.
You're better at like getting people on board and synergizing them.
All right.
Where-
Well, let's go ahead and start with the philanthropic enterprise, just to get the people on board for what's going on here. So yeah, you need to
Were
make.
you previously injured by the Six? Let Inisalia know.
Yes.
Give you the settlement that you deserve.
Big billboards with like Inisalia the lawyer, injury lawyer.
Dying is not
7,000
cool.
gold in Africa.
Nobody should force you off your mortal coil before you're ready.
Have you died and do you need resurrection?
Absolutely. So, yeah, so it's going to be let's see here. Philanthropic exercise requires at least 1 week's work week of effort and incurs 50 GP per franchise rank in expenses. So you guys are franchise rank 2, so it's going to be 100 GP. And it's a charisma check with the skill of your choice, generally. If you want to sell me on how you go about doing this using a skill of your choice.
All right. Well, based off what I'm really good at, ideally I would like to try and figure out how to do this with either athletics or insight, but that might be a little difficult.
Sell me on insight. I can see there being a way of doing that, but
Yeah. So basically, that she'll, as she goes, she talks to people, kind of like gets their story, but she's able to, over the course of the conversation, she clearly is able to, manipulate to get more information out of it, to really get to the heart of exactly what they did and how to help and what they really need in order to recover and get over this.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
It's a focus group.
Yes. Oh
That's
my
exactly
God,
what
yes.
it is. You're holding a focus group. That's
fantastic.
insight, baby.
All right, yeah.
How
So
does
yeah.
the 6 make you feel when we
Yeah.
say the 6?
So that'll be a charisma plus charisma with your insight.
All right.
Modifier, bro.
Modifier.
Yeah, blup, blup, blup.
Okay, well that's 27.
27, fantastic. So I will say that because we're not doing franchise fees this month, I'll just default that down to level 20 in terms of gold that you get out of it. So you'll get 500 gold. And yeah, your cause takes hold. A lot of people start talking, especially in Waterdeep, about, run-ins with the 6, things that, a lot of it, actually, there's a lot of adventurers out in the world, who, the 6 is not a great organization. They're very focused on Acquisitions Incorporated, but they don't really care about collateral damage. So, yeah, you get a lot of adventurers who've had run-ins with the 6, and you sort of just you bring up a lot of those, like maybe someone wasn't really bearing a grudge over what happened, but after a couple of these focus groups, you've got a couple of adventurers who are like, yeah, you know what, fuck those guys.
Excellent.
And so you have,
Let me just put you on our contact book that we can reach out to you later when it's time for vengeance.
Absolutely, yeah. I might not be around, but if I'm around, yeah, I'll draw steel on those fucks.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We will do our best. And if you're unavailable, understandably, then we will do what we can to make sure that it is done in your name.
Fantastic, great. Yeah, sign me up. Okay, fantastic. All right, so let's go then with the scrutineering on a good old Splugoth.
Gugoth, the returned.
All right.
Actually, now that I just think, but I think I know how I can do this. I can spin
Sure.
this. It's supposed to be intelligence check, right?
Yes.
But I want to see if I can. I want to spin it with religion. And how
Okay.
this is? He's returned. He had to come back to life.
Okay. All right.
And when someone doesn't come back to life via the divine magic of the gods, people talk.
Indeed. Yeah, the gods are a little jealous about resurrection, aren't they?
Yeah,
There's
it's kind of their shtick.
There's proper channels, and as we all know, resurrection is essentially a capitalist enterprise. The gods really only let the rich people come back to life.
Funny that.
Gotta get them diamonds, dog.
And so you have to like talk to the back alley like
Yeah, no, I will definitely allow religion to be the skill used here.
You want spend money to help you out, Matt?
Yes, please, because I'm gonna need it.
I mean, we just got 500. We can throw that money
I'll throw
at
the
it.
500 in there.
Sure.
I'll just throw 500 in that, and
I'll
that'll
put
give me a
us-
+5.
Hell
And
yeah.
I can give myself guidance, so I will do that.
Mhm.
Let me roll
Put us back down to
religion.
3,100 muns.
Well, I may not need it because I rolled a natural 20.
Oh boy! All
Let's see
right.
how tall did I make this baby? How big did I go? So how does a 32 sound to you?
Not bad.
Jesus.
Fantastic. Okay.
I think I want to kind of go with this because he's like sort of a goblin. He's a goblinoid.
Mm-hmm.
And so Screwgoth's a goblin. So I'm talking to the people that only talk to goblins. Like,
You use racism to your advantage. Good job.
well, no, it's just like, no, I'm one of you guys. You can
Yeah,
talk
right.
to me. It's fine.
Okay, so you find out a couple of things regarding Splugoth. He, before he joined the Six or was involved in any of this, he was like pretty average goblin hireling. He worked for a sorcerer named Clarel, and they were, trying to open a portal to the Shadowfall, to free a Shadowfall Death God, when they ran into Acquisitions Incorporated, and some stuff went down there. Things went bad, apparently. But that seemed to be the turning point from him just being a normal goblin to being a more nemesis sort of position. You also find out you actually hook up with one of the people who Inisalia has been contacting with. Actually, she gets you in touch with one of them who's actually had a prolonged encounter with Splugoth. Like they've gone at it, and you he definitely killed him. Like he's like, I killed that guy.
Yep.
And like he no questions, no obfuscation. He knows. He basically confirms for a fact that Splugoth seems to be able to come back without this whole resurrection thing, not a hoax in any way.
Mm-hmm.
It is legit as it can get.
Okay. He's a legit immortal as far as we know.
Effectively, yeah. He's like, no, I killed him, I chopped him up into pieces, and I set the pieces on fire. Like, if he's back, then holy shit. And finally, you actually get in touch with some people on the godly perspective. Basically you get in touch with sort of a ring of clerics that operate in Waterdeep that are all like resurrection capable.
Yes. The elite group.
Yeah, the resurrectionists. They let you know that they have been catching hell from the upper planes. In regards, not specifically to Splugoth, but the Six.
Okay.
in general. Although Splugoth's name definitely comes up.
Defying the cycle of,
that, like,
how it's supposed to
yeah,
operate.
like that seems to be like the whole like Far Realm stuff that they're messing up. That's the big stuff.
Right.
But you find out that like their resurrection nonsense is causing a lot of like up the chain problems.
Ripple effects.
Ripple effects that aren't necessarily readily apparent, but definitely in the aftermath of the death curse, this is not a good thing that's happening.
Yes. Okay.
Finally,
I assume they don't know anything about how to stop them from resurrecting.
no. You're that's a little bit beyond the pale from what people on the street know.
Yeah.
Finally, since you got so good, I'm going to tell you something that I was going to hold back until you were actually into the shit of it. You meet actually with another Verdan.
Ooh.
And we're actually going to get into this scene a little bit. You meet with another Verdan in a tavern, nice tavern. She is, her name is Miliath, and she has heard that you're asking around about Splugoth. And she seems definitely willing to talk about it, but she wanted to have a private meeting with you regarding this conversation. So you find yourself one-on-one in a back room of a tavern with this Verdan woman.
And he'll when we're in the back room, he'll be like, I have more security if you wish. I could link our minds together.
She says, yes, absolutely.
And he'll extend out with the helm of telepathy, and
yeah. So you guys enter into sort of the simpatico, your natural telepathic tendencies, bolstered by this magic item, and you guys enter into a true mind link. And she says, I had a run-in with him a couple months back. I was, on an adventure, and my group found something. We found a place. It was in the Underdark. They had sort of hired me as a guide for the most part. And how to put this? We found this chamber, and I don't know if it's like the place he goes when he comes back, but it's certainly a place that he came back at, and we were there when he reformed.
Oh my.
And it was very terrible thing to see. And I was only able to escape because he didn't come back alone. There were many goblins with him that he seemed to be able to manifest or summon. I don't know. I think he was coming out of some sort of portal.
It's Lilith, right?
Melith, yes.
Melith. Could you open your mind to me? Let me see the memory.
She says, yes. It's, like I said, I don't really understand what happened. It was very confusing, but I can show you what I saw.
Every bit of information will be great in assisting us.
So yeah, she opens her mind up to you, and you see this sort of dark, cramped corner that has like veins of purple crystal that are too orderly in their thing. They almost look like runes or sigils in their construction, and yet they appear to be naturally grown that way. And she's with a couple other adventuring types, and they're just sort of like scouring the place, looking, investigating the runes, when the purple veins flare with an unnatural glow, and you see, in a matter of moments, a body can re-put itself back together, like almost from a cellular level. Give me a perception check.
I'm going to use my inspiration. Got an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you see when he forms, it's not like from the ground up. It's like he's being like bits and pieces of him are pulled in from all around and are like just congealing themselves onto him, and like what you notice, you can't really get the fine detail of it, but you know that his face, things around his face form first and quicker.
Interesting. I will make a mental note of that.
And then you see like it's not the same thing. It's not like they're being reconstituted, but like there's these flashes of purple energy as just goblins start popping into existence. And their party is quickly overrun and killed. And
Right.
and like the last part of the memory is her like running through the out of the chamber, barely escaping with her life.
He sort of reaches out, and while they're doing this, he imagines that their eyes are closed. So something that no one sees in the room is as all of this is happening, because of the deep level of mental connection that Lowin has never done before, especially now that he's with another Verdan. It's sort of like accelerated us. His where he's got little bony protrusions where his skeletal structure is really close to the skin. He gets like little like calcium deposits. Some of those extend and start growing slightly, but then they start getting an opalescent color to them, and including especially around the the ridges on his head and around the helmet sort of like start forming and there's like small, very tiny arcs of energy, psychic energy, that sort of start generating. But he doesn't even notice. He doesn't notice that's happening because he's so like reliving this memory. And he opens his eyes and looks to her and goes, I'm really sorry about that. I will pray for your friends.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, I heard that you were asking about him, so I figured I'd share what I could.
No, you helped me more than you know. I think with your memories and my friends, we may be able to find this location if we need to get there. We may not need to go there, but you've given me a lot great insight in this. I owe you much. Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, I'm looking for work.
Well, I'm sure we can find. I'll happily put in a good word and we'll find you a place in Acquisition Incorporated.
Never mind. That's fine.
What?
No, that's fine. No, that's okay.
I'm gonna do insight on her about that.
Okay, yeah, make an insight roll.
It's pretty obvious.
23.
I mean, clearly she thinks that something about Acquisitions Incorporated reputation doesn't sit well with her.
Okay. Well, if Acquisition Incorporated is not to your liking, just tell those at the Temple of the Dawn, no, Spire of the Morning, that Lowin supports you. You were looking for some assistance.
That's much better. Thank you. Yeah, I'll go there. That sounds great.
Excellent. Be well, and may Lathander guide you with his light.
Back at you. Okay, yeah. So back at headquarters, I guess Rynford and Ilbreyan are working on the portalometer in a more direct fashion. This is probably a research action to really get this thing integrated. So I will let you guys take point on that.
Okay. I mean,
what is the portalometer? I know we talked about it a little bit before, but what exactly is it? What does it look like?
The portalometer, like I said, is this very it's actually about the size of the orrery itself. So it's big cube-like thing, but it just has different types of attachments. Whereas the orrery was more clockwork. This thing has more like antennas and funnels, like crystals that are wrapped in wire. It just seems to be more of a detecting device than a manipulation of space and time sort of thing. But it seems to actually be built on a lot of the same principles, at least design principles. So that is what it looks like.
Okay. What do we need to roll to assist with its construction and or calibration?
Like I said, this is going to be a research downtime action. So let's just go ahead and look that up in Xanathars. Or
there's Xanathars.
Or was it Xanathars or what research? DMG.
So we declare a focus of research.
Mm-hmm.
We spend a work week.
Yep.
At least 50 gold on materials, bribes, gifts, and other expenses. The character makes an intelligence check with a +1 bonus per 50 gold spent beyond the initial 50 to a maximum of +6. If a character has access to a well-stocked library or knowledgeable sages, they gain advantage.
They would definitely do so.
On the roll, we get numbers of pieces of lore.
Yeah. So what I'll say with that is that instead of direct lore, basically I will say on a 6 through 10 on the check, you'll be able to integrate one of the pieces that you have. On a 11 through 20, you are able to incorporate both of the pieces that you have, which will enhance the ability as well. And on a 21 plus, you will be able to calibrate it enough to activate it and get it going.
Well, Mr. Moneybags, do we have the 50 plus? Hang on, I suck at math.
We have the tab, I'm sure. You want to do the whole shebang then?
I think, max this sucker out. 350 gold is what I believe we will need.
Well, Rynford, when you look at me like that, how can I say no?
Like what?
I don't know.
Really
intense. You were really intense at that moment. Like I want to do this whole thing, and so I was like, the money. Just take the 350 gold.
Look of lust in your eyes for the gold.
Toss the gold at him.
350 pieces of gold. Like you hit one, you'll hit my chest. I'm like, ooh, no.
I don't know how I threw that either. It's very heavy. I'm sorry.
It's so heavy.
It's very heavy. We should not ever hold this much money on us for any reason.
Yeah, like you would think that in an economy based on the silver piece, that just the use of gold is the common currency. So weird. So in total, that will give +6 to the roll. My intelligence is +4. What is your modifier, Ilby?
My intelligence modifier is a +2.
Okay. Would you like for me to make this roll then?
You should definitely make this roll.
And will we have advantage on this?
You will.
Okay.
I'm helping. Boop, 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 boop.
I'm helping.
Mama's making shake and bake, and I helped.
Yep. Don't worry. The Rock Dome Wizards got it.
Oh man, it was almost a crit. Total will be a 26.
Fantastic. So yeah, you guys spend about a week getting incorporating your information, the orrery pieces, and helping to finalize and put together this portalometer. I will say that what happens is that you guys put the final pieces into motion, and you're able to sort of get your fellows back in the room for when you actually activate the thing. So we'll come back in, and everybody's here. So when the portalometer activates, it just starts to chug and spin. There's like arcs of energy, and then it projects over the wall that it's next to, a big old map of Faerun, sort of with Waterdeep at its at its central point. And there are these lines of energy that are displayed, and there are a couple of different spots sort of light up, and they sort of blink in and out until only one or two of them seem to be like the more consistent ones. And they're basically what you see on the map is, like I said, there are about 3 locations that seem to resonate with this type of energy. And Zani, calls in people. They start analyzing the information, and what they are able to determine is that the portal itself is not active. If it were active, this would be able to detect it. So you're not too late, is what you find there. But these little areas that are glowing up are sort of residual. Like they think maybe this is detecting places where the Six have been active using the orrery in preparation for this. So she basically says, so I don't know if we'll be able to pinpoint where it's going to be just yet, unless they activate it. But if we send people to these locations, we might be able to get it even further fine-tuned, and be able to predict where it will be when it happens.
Is the portalometer going to need to come with us to these locations?
She says no. She actually opens up a panel on the side of it, and basically pulls out it looks like a combination like flask and bottle, and says, these are remote sample detections. If you can get samples, specimens, something that might hold some sort of resonance with whatever the Six did at these locations, then I think that it will be able to, link back up to the main device, and we'll be able to get it going as soon as possible.
Okay. Where are these locations in relation to us and one another?
Yeah, she pulls out a map. She pulls out like a map, and starts going over the locations, in terms of what teams are closest to them. And eventually they determined that they are able to get teams quicker than you could to 2 of the locations. But one of them is far enough away that only a franchise that has a mobile headquarters like yours could get there in any sort of time. And this is a place called the Moonglade in the High Forest. She says, so it is probably for the best that you guys tackle that. We'll get some other teams on the other 2 locations.
Do that. On that note, I was able to meet somebody who had very intimate encounters with Screwgoth, and I may have a location of where he resurrects at.
Oh, nice.
But it's very confusing. Like, it's in the Underdark. It's got a crystalline cave. It looks like it's all naturally growing, but there's like runes and other sort of etchings to make it give it like perfect order. But it all looks like it's grown, and he just sort of gets pieces of them get reconstructed and then put back together.
Gross.
Yes, it's very very weird. I wanted to Rynford and Ilby. I wanted your understanding of this because you understand the magic much more readily than I do. So,
Oh, also Rynford, just so you don't forget, you have 1 bragging point still on the board.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
he also has a wish.
Yes, we're all very happy that you reminded him of that.
You're welcome.
Well, at least if you reminded him, then he would eventually use it, and then he wouldn't have it anymore. So I guess we could talk a little bit more about this as we head to the Moonglade.
Blade.
The Moonglade.
Can we wait just a little while? I need to go do something before we leave.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Something you need help
maybe
with?
Hopefully a day, maybe 2, most. Promise.
What are you doing?
That is for me to know, for you to find out.
Is it a girl?
Are you
No,
having
actually.
secrets?
Oh, okay, never mind.
You have secrets?
I can do private things. I have private thoughts.
I thought clerics give that up because they're all, for the gods now, and live for the gods and stuff.
He just blinks at you like he's just very confused by this entire conversation. I'm going to just go. I need to go to the temple to do a few things.
Okay.
I will be back. I promise. If something comes up, let me know, and I will be back here immediately.
So yeah,
Have fun.
so you guys are getting ready to head out to the High Forest. Lowin, what are you going to get up to?
I'm going to the Spires of the Morning.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically going to very quickly go talk to a couple people he met when he was first here. This is basically a group that is part of the denomination of a monitor
Okay.
within the church. And he wants to essentially basically align himself more with that than Lythander proper.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth in regards to that in the Temple of the Morning. It has nothing has been resolved as far as that's concerned, but that is certainly something that the clerics of Lythander have been discussing. So the current status quo of that situation is that there's an uneasy balance in the Spires of the Mornings. There's definitely 2 factions that are discussing. That there seems to be everything is hinging around the appointment of the next High Cleric.
Right.
It seems to be whoever gets that position probably is definitely going to seal that deal and
It's either
determine.
going to be one or the other, and that's how the sun is literally going to change.
But yeah, you can they will definitely get a meeting with them.
Yeah, he just
and-
wants to talk to them, get to understand them better, because Lowin's logic of this is that his current position, his current job, has really influenced him to the point that it's like the concepts and precepts of a monitor, Lythander as a monitor, is more conducive than Lythander itself.
Okay.
Because a monitor is a god of order and sort of bureaucracy, as well as a sun god.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, they definitely, you don't have to give the hard they give you you don't have to give them the hard sell to get them to accept you into their ranks, because they're definitely it's not along the lines of like they're the underdogs in this fight, but they're not the incumbents.
Correct. Right.
So they will definitely sit you down, tell you what they're all about, and get you on board with the program.
Yeah, and probably takes a couple days to kind of get situated with that, and then he has some cosmetic changes, and then he's going to come back to the group.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You get that taken care of. So what does Lowin look like when his friends
So
see him
when he
again?
comes back, his armor is similar. It's still got that gold color, but it's been outlaid with red. So he's wearing sort of this red and gold armor. All the symbols on him are no longer sort of that crescent, sort of like dawn symbol. They are a straight sun now. They look like a golden disc with like his holy symbol is the same. And so his helmet has been sort of accentuated. And he actually comes back and he doesn't have the helmet on. And this is when all of you notice these. Sometime maybe the helmet was obscuring them, but he definitely has these very distinct ridges and almost like multiple small horns coming over his head, his bald head, and they're all sort of calcium deposits, but they have a weird shine to them, like like I said earlier, an opalescence to them. And he comes in and he looks fairly well decked out because he generally doesn't like keep himself too neat and tidy, but this definitely makes him look like he is ready to go. Like he's high and tight, as it were, as far as he's concerned. The sword is still at his side, in holy symbol in hand.
Oh, well, I didn't know they had a glow-up ritual in the church.
Oh, they occasionally, when one... I felt it was appropriate because I've indoctrinated myself into a denomination of Lythander.
I don't like the word indoctrinated. That's a touchy one. But it looks like
recognized by
right. I realize that you're going for a different version of that word.
Initiated into.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yes. I guess that would be
Not be brainwashed by a...
No, I'm not being brainwashed.
Good. That's good. I didn't think you were, but
If he were, he wouldn't be able to tell us if he was, though.
oh.
I don't know. I'm pretty.
That's true.
Rynford, you should have a little more faith in me in that. You know my mental capabilities are decent, at least as my fortification is concerned.
Oh, no, that could be the glow up talking.
Oh, I mean, I know. I'm the statement of fact has nothing to do with your mental fortitude. If anything, the fact that they could overcome that mental fortitude is all the more reason for us to be concerned and irrationally paranoid.
That is exactly what we should feel as we're about to go to the Moonglade to deal with the Six.
I'm glad you agree with me. This must be like a first.
I don't think it's irrational at all. It's very rational to be paranoid.
I just think you look very nice.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So before you guys head out, I want everyone to make an insight roll for me, please.
I'm good at those, I think. Maybe.
I'm terrible at those.
I have a +1. Okay. 15.
This many.
19.
26.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20. What
Holy
a
people.
Fantastic.
They got it.
Yeah, so Inisalia and Lowin, as you guys are getting ready to go, as you sort of are leaving the headquarters, you get the sense that there's something people in the office are some of the people in the office are talking about something. Like you get the idea that something has happened, but it's not like on the bulletin board. Like news has come in from certain channels, and not everyone's talking about it, but certain people are very much talking about it in hushed tones as you guys are getting ready to go.
He'll look to Inisalia and let's go to get Zani. I think Zani would probably know.
If Zani doesn't know, I can ask Sharon. But let's check with Zani first.
Hold on, guys. Ilby, Rynford, we need to talk to Zani real quick before we leave. There's a buzz going.
So you guys head back to the mission control center where Zani is there, and she's like, I thought you guys were heading out. What?
Something is going on?
There's some chatter on the main floor. Just wanted to check on that before we head out. If there's anything we need to know that just came in.
I don't know if it's going to impact what you're going to do, but there was within the past hour or so. So she sort of looks to sort of the big board, where like all like the franchises and whatnot, and says, "We don't know a lot, but it just seems like the C team has missed a couple of check-ins, and we sent someone where they were supposed to be, and they're not there. They were off on a mission, and they hadn't checked in a few times, and all acquisitions incorporated franchises are equally important to the franchise. But I don't know if you know this, but Omen kind of has a soft spot for those guys. So
Well, it's because they're plucky, right? And, they're kind of wild cards.
yeah, they do have the wild card license. So we don't know what's happening. We just know that they're not where they're supposed to be, and they're not checking in.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Where they were last reported, or is it anywhere that we were going?
No. They were actually headed off to the west, actually. No, sorry, to the east. They were going off in sort of the desert lands to check on something for the boss.
Oh, well, I wish them the best of luck, and I pray for their souls.
Yeah, like I said, we don't know if this is related or if it's anything, but certainly keep an eye out. I mean, if you see them or hear anything of them, I'm sure the higher-ups would be they would love to know if you can find anything.
Zani, if any more franchises go missing like this soon, please contact Inisalia so we can be appraised of it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all the other franchises are accounted for, so I don't know if this is a trend or just something. Like I said, we don't know what's happened. Like we just sort of got the confirmation on it a couple hours ago.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out and we'll head on out.
Okay. So you guys head back to your office ship, get it up in the air, and start taking the trip to the Moonglade.
I thought you just said the moon, like we're just going.
No, you're just going to the moon. Yeah, Saint Spelljammer yet.
Yes,
Could be.
That's season 2.
I will,
Franchises in space.
guys. Audience,
get renewed.
I will say if the season gets renewed, my plan is if we get an appropriate adventure in Planescape or Spelljammer, then I will certainly be up to be running a second campaign with this group. But
Spelljammer.
yeah. Anyway, back to this campaign. So. You guys take the journey eventually to the High Forest. Now, the High Forest is just this ancient, giant forest where, like, redwoods are the smallest of the trees. So it is like this deep, ancient forest. And you guys have, like, sort of the general precise location. You reach a point where, the trees are so big and so thickly put together that you can't just, like, navigate it where you need to go. So you have to sort of find a clearing to land the ship in, and then eventually find your way through the forest on foot to the glade. The Moonglade is a secluded clearing, roughly 80 feet in diameter, with half of that space taken up by the pool of water at its center. Huge ancient trees around the perimeter tower overhead, allowing only a narrow slice of sky to illuminate the pool's silvery surface. The moon pool is surrounded by a circle of huge standing stones, all inscribed with strange writing. You guys are in this glade. So this big green area is essentially the pool. I couldn't find an exact map that describes it because they didn't give me one. But this big green area is the pool with sort of this swirling bit of magic in the center. What are you guys doing?
Sure. Cautiously make
Yeah,
the
cautiously.
light. Like get closer to the center and see if we can.
Hey guys, I think we found it.
You think so?
I'm gonna take a quick look around. I want to see if there's anyone or anything sort of like hiding out.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
Investigation. Damn it, I suck at these.
I can help.
That's
So,
fine. I got a 13.
If that is a roll we can make, I will definitely make that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm actually good at that. I'm decent at that. 14.
That's a natural 20, so
Oh, boy.
the total is 25.
Okay, so you guys look around. I mean, it is a very quiet, sort of serene place. There's not a lot of, you don't really hear the sound of birds or insects. It's quiet without being oppressive about it. It has a more serene view to it. Ilbreyan, as you look around, you sort of are looking at these big trees, and you notice that one of the trees is different from all the others. This tree right here, you can sort of make it out in the silvery light of the pool that it seems to be on the edge of. Its bark is blackened and almost unnatural.
I'll kind of like, as we're kind of getting a little closer, I'll go ahead and kind of put my hand up to Lowin and be like, one moment. Something about that tree over there. And he points out the tree. Strange to you, isn't it?
Oh, now that I see it, yes.
Right.
We should go take a look.
Yes. I'm not really a nature-y guy, so I figured one of you can maybe consider it from that perspective.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go towards it, but I'm gonna go around. I'm not gonna go in the pool proper.
Okay. Yeah, please move your tokens where you're moving them.
Boop.
So Ilbreyan's starting to get a little concerned. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna actually have his rod out now. And as he's sort of looking at it, he looks at the gem, and then he's going to cast Armor of Agathis on himself.
Okay.
And then absorb the energy from the rod to get one of the spell slots back.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
What about everybody else? What's everybody else up to?
I'm still just kind of like cautiously looking around. I want to try and get closer to where the script is, see if it's a language I might recognize.
Sure. Hold on one second.
I mean, I sincerely doubt it, but...
Yeah, give me an Arcana check if you're looking into that.
Rynford, get over here! 16.
Yeah, you think you cannot read them, but you do recognize that the writing is in Druidic.
Does anyone know Druidic?
No.
Nope.
They actually hunt people who know Druidic if they're not druids. So no.
That seems like an urban legend.
I mean, I think it's true, but I also
Would that be considered a rural legend?
I've never
Just
been
they're
any
from the
druids
forest?
to ask, so...
That's a good one, Lowin. I agree. That's pretty good. Yeah.
So, Lowin, about this time you've reached where you are on the map, and you see this tree. I mean, it's big. It's a huge tree, and yeah, there is something wrong with the bark.
Can I make a medicine check?
Sure.
Or what do you think is the most appropriate?
Medicine works.
Okay.
I'll kind of creep my way over there too.
Does a 21 work?
There.
Yes, you look into the bark. You kind of get up close to it, and like you smell. It's rot. That seems to have sort of accrued into the bark and infested it. Like there's some sort of infestation, and it's weird because it looks more like an infection than of it doesn't look like, it looks more like a person or like a body that has become infected than a tree. Like the types of infection, like you see signs of pus and whatnot.
I'm actually gonna do something a little weird. He's gonna get closer, but I'm not gonna touch it. But he's gonna get closer, and then he's gonna use his helmet to see if I can telepathically connect with the tree.
When you get closer, I need everyone to roll initiative for me.
Yay!
Oh shit!
There it is.
No, what do
Quickly,
you
lick the tree.
Make like a tree and get out of here.
10.
Okay.
Fat 15.
We know when you need it.
Yeah. What you got?
13 for Ilbreyan.
Okay. What you got? 8? Okay.
You've had worse, so
I have had
we'll
worse.
we'll take it.
Fantastic. Let me do a thing.
Probably fine, right?
Yeah, it's fine. 10 clicks will last.
Lowin, what's your dexterity mod?
0.
Fantastic.
You did not win that one.
No. Unless theirs is negative.
So as you sort of get close and you're starting to probe it, you feel the twitchings of a mind that suddenly like burst into like, you just feel this wave of rage and anger as the tree stands up. Hold on. Let me adjust the damn it, I had a thing. There we go. Stands up to its full, huge size as a treant that is covered in this black, corrupted essence. And luckily, Lowin, you are not surprised, and you have initiative on it. So what are you doing?
I was actually gonna touch I would have touch. I was gonna do lesser restoration on it.
Okay, do that.
It's a
mean,
it's a
there's
spell.
no-
Oh, yeah, I'm aware. Hold on, let me double check something real quick.
One disease or one condition afflicted. They could be blinded, deaf, and paralyzed, or poisoned.
You cast that on it as sort of like a reflex, but the magic doesn't seem to take. Like, it doesn't seem to have an effect on whatever this infection is.
No. Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, all of you see this treant just sort of burst into its full form, and it bellows out a terrible tree scream, and it sort of casts its arms out, and as its
This
action,
is, as Bob Ross would not say, this is not a happy little tree.
2 of the trees on the edge of the clearing burst into action and become animate. And they sort of they look more like normal treants, but they are just sort of mindlessly thrashing around. Ilbreyan, it's your go.
Oh, nature's pissed. You pissed off nature, Lowin. Damn it.
No, it's not mine.
By the way, it is these 2 trees are the ones that are active.
Can you put little icons?
Yes,
You can put little dots
I
on-
can.
Cool.
Awesome.
So I think it'll be actually. I think Ilby is going to looking at these trees. So, yeah, and they are moving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just going to like look at one, and then he's just going to let out a demonic phrase. So I'm actually going to cast on them.
Which one?
We'll say. Actually, I want to try to get the one near. I'll get the big one.
This one, the one that Lowin's in front of. Okay.
And then Ilby will cast Mind Sliver on it, so it's going to make a DC 16, I believe, Intelligence saving throw.
Okay. It rolls a 3. What happens to it?
Woohoo! Well, it's going to take this much damage.
Okay.
5 psychic damage.
Okay.
And it will have a -1 to its next saving throw.
Okay, cool. How much damage was that? Sorry.
5 psychic damage.
5 psychic damage. Okay, so yeah, you blast it with
Psychic damage. Sorry.
yeah, you blast it with damage, and when you do, like it like its big massive head just sort of snaps back, and a small chunk of that bark comes off.
Oh. Well.
Rynford.
As a question, does it reveal regular bark underneath it?
Give me a perception check.
Sure. It's a 2, so. Nah.
Yeah, you can't tell. Rynford.
So I did move up to where Inisalia was when she went to investigate. And there's these 2 smaller treants and the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this seems pretty cut and dry. I'm going to throw out an experimental firebolt on one of the treants that's nearest to me.
So this one?
Yes.
Okay. Do it.
So +8 to hit. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Very well. My firebolt goes wild.
Okay.
Takes off its top, it gets real sexy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this treant here is going to rush towards Ilbreyan.
Oh, no.
And it's going to attack you.
Alright.
Way out of range.
Yeah, that's a fair thing. 13 AC, by the way. So.
Yeah, no, it hits because I did a
Not
natural.
surprising.
I did a natural 20.
Oh no!
Ooh.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's a thing that happened.
All right.
Ooh.
I have a reaction to him when he takes damage.
Okay.
Oh, alright.
So, okay.
Will it amend the amount of damage I take in any way?
Yes, it will.
Oh, that's good.
Yay.
Rock on.
I'm using a new thing.
Fair.
So it slams into you and does 34 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
I would like to see what happens, because, okay, Scott, I will let you know that he's going to take, in return, 15 ice damage.
Okay.
From...
That's right. You had 10 HP, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. So, but you still took a whole bunch of normal damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did, yes. But
Okay.
if you could reduce this, I would like the temp HP
so,
to exist.
So he's fighting. He's starting to like kind of get in a combat position, and then he hears the rustling of the tree, and then you hear Ilby go and he looks over and goes, "Ilby, no!" And then there's a crackle of like light, sort of like energy across all those sort of little ridges and horns, and suddenly, as it comes in, there's a field of energy that cascades in front of you, blunting some of the blow. I will use my psychic die.
Nice.
80 field.
Kind of, yeah.
How much, actually?
You subtract 6 damage.
Okay. Hey, it's not nothing.
No,
all right, cool. That's makes it 28.
All right. It is going to attack you again.
Oh, that's not great.
That's all I can do, man.
Yeah.
You're too far.
What's your AC?
13, buddy.
Yeah, it does. It happens again. It does. The crit doesn't happen again, but it does hit you.
Okay. Well,
And it does 16 bludgeoning damage to you.
You still up?
I am still up. Yes. I think at that action, Ilby will decide. Basically, so as the ice recedes and as it begins to plunge its arm into him again, then he kind of like grabs it and lets out more demonic phrases. And I'm going to actually activate my little return attack. So, wait, do I still have that? Oh my god! I hope I didn't spin out of it. That would be. No, Hellish Rebuke. I do have it. Okay, I'll be like, oh my god. All right, so Scott, he needs to make a DC 16 Dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie.
As I'm doing Hellish Rebuke on him, and just fire.
He does not make it.
It's good. It's a tree.
It is true.
Dodgy trees shouldn't exist. Okay, good. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right. 27 fire damage
Ooh.
in return.
And vulnerability means they take double that, right?
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Holy crap.
So what's 27 times 2?
54.
4.
Ooh. Okay. So you burn the shit out of that tree.
And that's on top of the ice that I did
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And it's not liking what's happening to it. It doesn't like the way it looks.
I should have thought of
I
that.
guarantee it.
I guarantee it. Inisalia, it's your go.
All right.
You see, Ilby is most certainly bleeding in profusely in many places. Like, as he lets out that demon, as the fire comes off, he just goes, "Oh, help, please!"
All right. Let's see. I believe I am going to. Yeah, we'll charge and transition that into the Shieldmaster shove to the tree.
Shield
Which-
after shove. That's like a dance move.
Which one?
The one in front of Vilby.
Okay, so you're going over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just make sure that, hold on, yeah, make sure that the movement is...
That can move me over 10, 15.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 15 feet. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
I got this.
Okay, so you're doing your Shieldmaster shove?
Yup.
Okay, it's going to be an opposed athletics.
Hey, can I make a suggestion for you?
Mhm.
Could you move it away from me so I can move away from it?
Yeah.
That
Move
would
it
be great.
Move it 5 feet in any one direction.
Like there.
Like, just
no,
shove
it. Because the shove doesn't necessarily have to make it go prone. You can move it 5 feet.
yeah, you actually can move
gotcha.
it. And if you can move it 5 feet so I'm no longer in direct contact with it, I can then move away.
Yeah, I can do that.
You have to succeed, obviously.
I got a 16.
16.
It's an opposed
what-
roll, I believe.
What is... Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make it.
All right,
You
I
don't...
tried.
It hits that. So, that
You
does
have
not
an
happen.
athletic tree.
Fucking tree ants have a +6 strength modifier, so...
Oh, it's fine. Okay. All right. What we are going to do, first attack. Ow! Jesus, Morpheus. Get some smite action. Let's get some smite action going. Yeah, I'll go ahead with the Searing Smite.
All right, hit it.
So,
Sear it.
yep. So that is going to be... Oh, God, cat. Make sure I got this right. Yeah, so I cast that first. So do the damage on that. With the sword to hit. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay,
That was a terrible roll. 21.
that does hit. So I need
Alright.
I need you to tell me what type of I need to enumerate out the damage types on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first the sword, which is going to be... sword is going to be 9.
Okay, and
That's just stabbing.
piercing damage. Okay,
And then the...
hold on one sec. Okay, and then
Then on the first attack, the Searing Smite, it's 2 6s of fire damage, and I rolled a 12.
okay, so that is a lot of fire damage.
It is.
4.
24 fire damage. So
It's right, buddy. That's attack 1.
okay, all right, make your second attack.
Cool. Let's try this again.
Yeah, the sword itself doesn't. It kind of like thuds a little bit, but when the fire rolls over it, it ignites it once again and really burns the shit out of it.
Is that even with it being a magical weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I guess it gets stuck in a branch. I rolled a 7, so I definitely didn't hit.
Ah, boo.
All
You
right.
rolled a 7 or got a 7?
I got a 7.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Anyway, all right.
It can't
So
all be burning.
that's
trees.
your go. This treant here is coming out Rynford.
Oofa doofa.
Does a 14 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay. It's going to hit you again, though.
I can try.
Does a 15 hit?
No, it does not.
Woo!
So Rynford, you are just too small and wily, and like you duck the first one, and the second one just sort of clangs against like the magical armor of the tattoo, and you come through this bout unscathed.
Go, War Wizard. It's your birthday.
Right now.
Indeed. Hold on, now I gotta do something real fucked up.
Oh
Indeed,
no.
your birthday.
Everyone, turn your monitors upside down.
Oh.
We're gonna inverse all the colors.
Those of you playing at home, you should have gotten instructions to drop acid now.
Yeah. Reminds me of a time that there was like a prophetic device in play at a LARP, and I was like, what if I make the super advanced version of it? And I'm like, you gotta eat these mushrooms and not ask any questions.
We would like to make it absolutely clear that we here at Simulacra Studios believe that the law should be followed wherever you happen to live regarding narcotics and other controlled substances.
Indeed.
Please only use legal drugs such as tobacco and alcohol, only if you are of legal age.
So I need Lowin, Ilby, and Inisalia to make intelligence saving throws.
No, that
Oh,
sucks.
well.
I don't like that.
I mean, it could be worse, I guess.
It winds up mind controlling all of you. I love you, and I will kill you as quickly as I possibly can.
Oh, all right.
I can guarantee speed or painlessness. I cannot guarantee both. So
I critted, so I feel like I've
All
got
right.
a 22.
I have a decision to make here.
I got an 18.
I have a decision to make here. I have a 13. I could let that ride. I don't know what kind of
Let it
numbers we're
ride.
dealing with.
Let it ride.
Okay, cool.
So hold on. Let me just. The treant that is the bigger treant that's covered in bark, its mouth opens like 3 times wider than it normally would, and this terrible like pronouncement in this garbled, stretched version of Druidic come out of its mouth. And like the 3 of you have to like squint your eyes as the sounds take visible form, but you're able to ward off whatever it was trying to do to you.
Ooh,
Cool.
like that at all. Ugh.
All right, Lowin. Yeah, go ahead and take your go now.
He's gonna he's gonna look at it and he's gonna basically strike out with his sword and going, "We were trying to help," and I'm just gonna cast a spell as a bonus action, and then I'm going to smack it.
Okay, do it.
Let's do this. Yeah, crap. I already used my inspiration. I'm assuming a 14 does not hit it.
It does not.
I'm going to go ahead and action surge.
Okay.
So I'm going to take another attack.
Okay.
That may hit. 18.
That does hit.
Cool. So yeah, he sort of swings once and then he comes back with the sword, and so it's going to take a buttload of damage.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
So this is 11. I'm doing a different segmenting it for you. This is 11 magical slashing damage.
Okay.
Then it's going to take I don't know why I did that. Okay, hold on. I did branding smite. Um, 2d6. It'll take 7 radiant damage,
Okay. So
and then it will take, because I will expend one of my side eye, it will take 3 force damage.
okay.
Oh, and in
Kabong.
Yep. Sorry, I need to look something up. I had it, and where'd it go? There it is. Branding smite. For the next minute while I concentrate on the spell, it's not it's visible and it sheds a 5-foot light and it cannot go invisible.
Okay, noted. All right, Ilbreyan, what's up? What's up?
Well, Ilby, as the branches have filleted him pretty well, he's actually going to like look at the tree for a moment, look at Isla, be like, "You gonna be good on your own for a minute?" Because
Yeah,
it's
I got
good. Okay, good. And then Ilby is going to grab his cape, throw it around him, and I'm gonna go ahead and teleport the fuck out of there.
Okay.
I am
TFO.
gonna go basically. I'm gonna go about 50 feet, so it's probably kind of a little off screen, but 50 feet kind of to the north.
Okay.
Because I think it could travel up to 100 feet in this, so so
Yeah.
essentially up here, about 50 or so feet away.
Okay, noted. Also, Lowin, when you laid into that tree,
Yeah.
a big chunk of that bark came off, and since it's definitely glowing, you can see that there is like pristine bark underneath.
So it's okay. You gotta strip the bark off of it. Got it.
And yeah. Actually, yeah. Hold on. I will let both Lowin and Ilbreyan make either Arcana or Nature checks, since it was your turn.
Exactly the
Arcana
same for
it
me.
is.
So
17.
16.
Okay, yeah. You both sort of recognize that fact that that this. It is not attacking you of its own free will. It is this bark that is causing it this problems, and you also sort of just see that there's definitely you see that it is avoiding the water. So it's at the very edge of the water, but it is consciously never letting like this blackened parts of it touch the water. All right, so Ilbreyan, that was your go. Rynford, it's yours. You can go ahead and make an Arcana or Nature check as well. Actually, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. You guys got the Mindies.
Yeah, so everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't think I have anything that would let me push them. Or do I?
Or do you?
I will note that these two trees do not have that corrupted bark on them.
Right.
Damn it, has to be willing. I can't move him. I can't psychically move him because he's not willing. I don't have that ability.
Yeah, convince the tree it's for his own good.
How much do I think that thing weighs?
I mean, it is a huge creature, so probably upwards of probably over a ton.
Crap. Because I have floating disc, which can hold up to 500 pounds.
No. Unfortunately.
Ooh, I have something creative to do on my turn.
Okay, I am just going to throw a level 3 chromatic orb, fire flavored, at it.
Which one?
At the big tree.
The big tree? Okay. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Well within 90 feet. Come on, don't suck. Does a dirty 20 hit?
It does.
Rolling damage. Please enjoy 23 fire damage.
Is that total or double after being
That is
doubled?
total what I rolled.
Total what you rolled. Okay, so 46 fire damage. Hold on.
Hot.
Literally.
Indeed.
I'll just like wind up a perfect fastball and just throw it like skimming over the surface of the pond to smack into the base of the big tree.
Gotcha. Yeah, you slam into it. That like a big, huge chunk of that bark just flares up and burns away. You are burning like the underneath part of it as well, but it seems the majority of what's going on is the bark itself is getting fucked.
I know that you said underneath that it appears to be this sort of rotten, almost flesh-like consistency.
Mm-hmm.
But as the bark is being burned away, do we see normal wood beneath
Yeah,
that?
there's normal wood beneath it that is also getting burned with the fire that you're throwing at it, but it seems that the corrupted bark is burning away first.
Right.
Peeling off the bad
Yeah.
tissue.
Okay. This treant here is gonna come on and slam at Inisalia
And welcome to the jam.
and welcomes you
want
to the jam.
Hey, DJ.
Does a 17 hit?
No.
Nah. Okay. Well, he's gonna do it again.
Okay.
You can do it.
Yeah, 24. I'm assuming does hit.
Yeah, that does. That definitely hits.
Yeah. So that's gonna be 16 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So yeah, it just slams its big tree arms into you. And then it's your go.
Like imagine she like raises her shield, kind of like the reverb kind of knocks into her still, so it takes a moment, and just like, okay. So my retort. It was only the big one that seemed to have the weird reaction to the pool. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you were literally fighting in the pool with this thing. Like it doesn't seem to mind the water.
Okay. Just checking. That doesn't seem like it's gonna make much sense right now. Do I not have any other smites?
No, you can always smite. You can
Yeah,
always
you can burn a spell slot to smite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Searing Spite
So-
is just your racial ability.
Yeah, that's what I was just checking. So the one that's not is
It's just like your Divine Smite. It's your
Yeah.
Paladin ability.
You probably see it under like class feature or features and traits.
Mhm.
okay. That's probably it. Yeah, like I always have a hard time like balancing them because
Yeah.
the racial ones are in one area and. Yep, there it is. Radiant. Okay, yeah, I used my one good fiery one, but I can use the divine, so that'll be fine. Let's see. So
You are the fighter cannon. That's what you're supposed to
no
do.
need to do a shove. So yep, I'm going to go ahead and smite or see if I hit and then activate my smite. So
Okay. You're doing it on this one, the one that's up in your grill.
yep, I'm retorting. 23.
That hits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So suck that and features and traits. That's my 2d8. Okay. Wow. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay, that is a good amount of damage.
Yep.
Um,
Do you need to break up what is from the smite?
no, as long as it's not fire.
No, it's not fire.
Okay, so okay, yeah, you're whittling this thing down really good.
Oh, is it one? And she like basically comes down, and I'm gonna try and go with the backswing.
Go for it.
16?
That hits.
Woo!
The magic number is
Is
16.
16. All right, so it's 12, and then one more spell slot. 2d8. That is 23 damage.
Okay, you cleave it in twain.
We
It is the
have
Lee of the
firewood.
Lumberjack.
Okay, so this treant here is going to once again welcome Rynford to the slam.
Yes, welcome to try.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes, oh god, oh, it so hurts.
Yeah, it slams down for 16 bludgeoning damage. And then again. Yeah, 22.
That hits.
Yep, another 16 bludgeoning damage just comes crashing down on your little rock gnome dome.
Rock Gnome Dome.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I get done with this really cool, like, like, fastball special. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm gonna, it just keeps, like, two, like, big double fist slam right down just onto his body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
He's still up, but
Yeah.
he makes a horrible wet breaking noise.
Oh, no. Lowin.
I'm actually going to. You're gonna have to work with me, Scott.
I'm going to work with you. All right.
I have an ability that lets me telekinetically move objects, especially if they're quote unquote tiny, which means they're smaller than me, like a sword size thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take some of the water and like geyser it up at him.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just double check something real quick.
Fun times.
God damn it.
If I can't get him to the water, I can bring the water to him.
You absolutely do that. You bring up a huge splash of water that just seems to dissolve a large chunk of the remaining bark. You have like one of its big arms has been completely cleansed, and it seems to be like moving in a different order.
Like it's its own volition.
Yeah, of its own volition. Like it's fighting itself.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that absolutely seemed to greatly help. But now it's its go.
We got one on.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Yeah, so it is going to the blackened arm is just going to come smashing down on you, Lowin.
Okay.
23 hit.
Yarp.
All right, you take 16 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'll take it. 16.
And then sort of like in this weird, like, it has no joints, so it has no need to like conform to anatomy. As it's swinging around, it picks up a rock, like a big rock that's by the shore of the thing, swings around and hucks it at Rynford.
Oh no.
Oh no.
27.
Oh God.
Okay, you take 28 bludgeoning damage.
Yep, you're too far away
28.
from me.
Oh, you're not like dead, are you?
How much is dead supposed to be?
It's your
over
HP.
half. It is half it is basically half your HP negative.
Hang
I
on.
think that's what it is.
38 divided by 2 is
Massive damage, essentially.
6 minutes. And how much did you deal to me?
28.
Okay. So I was at 6 hit points,
So 22 over.
and I took 28 damage.
Yeah.
My maximum hit points are 38.
Oh.
Divided by 2
no.
is 19.
Oh.
Let me double check those rules.
Yes, please.
Now, if that's the way...
No. I want to be accurate to it.
That's the way the dice falls. It will be a nice, dramatic moment.
Let me just double check
It will
the
curse me
rules.
for not being a higher level cleric.
I know. Hold on. That's probably damage.
I know where it is in the player's handbook. I'm trying to.
Looking for a revivery?
No.
Revivify?
Massive damage.
It's not really massive damage. It's just, I really think it's actually just death and dying. There's a section for death and dying that says that.
Damage and healing, hit points, good hits, damage types.
Hold on. Dropping to 0 hit points.
Instant
Massive.
death is what-
Yeah. If it exceeds meets or exceeds your equals or exceeds your maximum hit points.
Ah.
Negative,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So it did not meet or exceed your negative maximum.
That's good.
So you are just you are in death saving throws though.
Okay. Yes, I am in death saving throw.
All right.
You're in pancake mode.
Yeah. Ilbreyan.
Ilby, upon seeing that and then hearing...
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Do I make a death saving throw at the end of that turn?
No, you make it at the beginning of your next turn.
That's right. Sorry.
Ilby, kind of seeing the rock fall on his friend, he's like, "Oh, Rynford!" And he's gonna start running forward a little bit, but honestly, he can't make it that quickly. So I'm kind of like, let's see. Basically, I'm gonna be 50 feet, so it's really 30 feet closer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll just kind of be like right here. And as he's getting this close, he's gonna pull out the wand of magic missiles in his other hand, and he's gonna fire 6 magic missiles at the big tree. And ideally, since he can kind of focus the missiles and aim them, he's gonna aim at a different particular black bark
Sure.
with every single missile. So,
Okay.
you want me to roll damage for that?
No. If you're rolling 6 of them, I think that'll do, pig. So yeah, you blast this thing with a barrage of magic missiles, and it impacts and cracks off like not the entirety of the bark, but enough such that free arm comes and like grips itself and rips off the remaining bark, and like crushes it in its hands, and it just
Totally.
that like terrible distended garbled voice just like transitions into a pure like voice of uncorrupted pain and exultation, and like it starts speaking in Druid, but then like quickly as it like gets out that one big scream, it transitions into Common and says, "Enough! Enough! Enough!" And he swats away at the tree that's looming above Rynford, and it recedes and returns back into being just a tree. And he says, "Oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Please, tend to your
Just
friend."
1 second, and he'll wave his hands like, "You will see a new dawn." And go ahead, and I'm gonna heal Rynford. Healing word.
Poor little pancake gnome.
Poor little pancake. No. Well,
How fast can you move there, buddy?
no. I have it. I can do it at range.
Oh, nice.
Heal. Heal 8 hit points. So you're at 8 hit points.
Yeah, you come shocked back to life. The tree that was looming over you is just a tree again. And it says, "Oh," the tree just sort of like sits down with a resounding thud, and just like is like panting and like it's like sort of clutching the burned areas of itself, and says,
I will actually cast cure wounds on it.
"Okay."
gonna make my way over to Rynford.
Yeah, and we're out of combat, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
I'll
will
say
heal. Probably
for-
did that wrong. Yeah, I did that wrong.
Dramatic physics, the rock probably like hit me and then like just bounced and kept rolling, so I wasn't like squished beneath it like a meteor.
Like the Wicked Witch of the West under the house.
Right, just like my legs like curling up, but
like a rock drive-by.
right. But I will say that I probably was like sunk down into a divot, and like your spell kind of like popped my rib cage back into place. But just I look horribly fucked up.
If you let her, Annie's gonna come over and be like, "Shh, shh, it's okay, and I'm gonna do cure wounds twice, so 23 hit points back.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that puts me almost all the way back up to full. And like, just my limbs kind of like set back in, and like the horrible like not pain of being healed, like.
Do you want a drink? I know we're supposed to have an intervention at some point, but this seems like an okay time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that one.
All right. Kind of just jangles her flask.
We'll get the license plate number of that rock that hit you.
He heals, unfortunately, only 8 hit points for me.
I mean, it some of the bark is restored to its more pristine nature and says,
It's okay. It's okay.
"Thank you, my little friends. That was a terrible, terrible ordeal."
What happened? You obviously weren't yourself.
No. The glade was invaded some weeks ago by this terrible little goblin fucker.
Goes by Screwgoth?
Sploogoth.
Sklugoth?
I didn't catch his name, but he was very vile, and I was unable to protect the glade. They used its waters for I don't know what they used it for. They were using it as some sort of foul divination. When I was able to free myself of the bonds that they put me in, the pool had been corrupted, so I could not allow that to happen. This is a sacred water, so I took the corruption into myself to prevent the pool from being contaminated. But I suppose that had consequences.
No, all actions do. But
Very
you did
visceral
it-
consequences, pointing to his many wounds.
Oh my!
But you did a very good thing. Don't forget that.
What
you-
brings you to our glade? I hope you have noble intentions. I am not not as I should be to defend this place.
Well, you're very fortunate. We are here to do good things because this Sklugoth, this goblin that you met, is an enemy of ours.
Ah, well then we have a common foe.
We are here trying to figure out what they were doing here. You've already explained some of that, which is good. And maybe be able to find out where they are at so we can go deal with them.
Well, I know they used the pool to... I think they mentioned that they were trying to find a place for a ritual.
That sounds about right. You didn't overhear anything else, did you?
No, they were... I was not well. They had cast terrible binding magics upon me. It was an ambush. They invaded very quickly, and but if you would like to use the waters yourself, perhaps you can learn something.
We'd be happy to. We have we do have Rynford. We have to collect some things, don't we?
What?
Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just
Hold on. I'll ask Ilby. Ilby, are we supposed to collect something?
I hold up like one of the little like sample collector flask things and just like kind of jangle it in Inisalia's face. Water.
Yeah, yep, got it. Yeah, we can put it in here.
We are supposed to collect things, yes.
By all means, take a portion of the waters. You have more than earned it.
Do you think they're okay now? Any things that might still be lurking in the waters at this point?
No, I cleansed the waters myself.
Okay.
Did you do this after they left?
Yes, I did. They seemed to be rather in a hurry once they had learned what they had come to find.
Well, you did a noble
How long
thing.
ago?
A few weeks.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Well, that's about right.
I lost a bit of time.
You went through a lot, obviously, so...
I forget to... I'm Lowin. That one over there's Ilby. This is Inisalia, and unfortunately, our recovering friend way over there is Rynford.
Unfortunately, I don't... The waters do not heal. I am Garella.
Oh, Gorilla. You're the first treant I've had a pleasure of meeting, so that's a pleasure.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. I need to drink deeply and heal.
Do what you need to do. We will be out of your hair shortly.
But before
Or
you go...
leaves, out of your leaves.
You're trying too hard. Before you go, just going to, do you have a pocket, perhaps? Like just maybe
Sort
a
of
hole.
indicates, like, I have a nook.
Excellent. So he's gonna actually put one of the acquisitions incorporated because this card's in there. Be like, in case you're looking to expand your protective grove needs.
She takes the card, looks on it, like turns it over, and like seems to like delicately like stroke the paper of it. She just, and like a tear starts to roll down her.
We could get those made in stone. We'll just. I'm sorry. We appreciate their sacrifice. We really do. I'm so sorry.
So you guys were able to collect the water, and it kind of like
Did it?
when you did, it kind of like bubbled and glurgled and disappeared out of the flask. And a few moments pass, and Inisalia, your Secretarian crystal starts to vibrate and glow.
Oh, shiny! Just like shakes it a bit. It's like, Inisalia's here.
Inisalia, we got the sample. That was exactly what we needed. It was perfectly resonated. We're getting the readings in now. I think we might be able to predict where it's going to be. I just wanted to get you on the line so that we can tell you as soon as we get it. How did it go? Is everyone okay?
Yeah, we had a bit of a run-in, but it looks like the fucker was here, so we are definitely on the right trail.
Good. Yeah, it's a strong resonance. The portalometer is really spinning up, and...
The portalometer's going crazy. We did good.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
It's in Red Larch.
Red Larch?
Yeah, that's the C-Team's headquarters.
Oh, no.
And okay, we're getting readings on the time. It's oh god, it's tomorrow. You have to get there now.
Okay.
All right. On the way.
Okay.
And
We're
that's
going
where we're
now.
gonna end it for tonight.
No.
One thing Ilby will say at the very end is like, I know this is very not important right now, but we have to make stone business cards. I didn't know treants would take a big deal.
I'll add it to the list. I'm adding it to the board right now.
Just workshop.
Stone business cards.
We have metal ones. We get a fancy metal printed ones.
Right.
Ooh, stone
I know a guy.
or metal.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank
it
you
you?
guys very much for playing. Thank you all out there for watching. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios. We've got all sorts of behind-the-scenes goodies there, all sorts of perks and benefits for you to enjoy. A lot of interesting stuff coming up on the horizon for Simulacra Studios, so definitely if you want to get the scoop on that, become a patron at any level, we'd appreciate it. And if you are a patron of $5 and above, I am contractually obligated to express my love for you. And as such, Miss Abby Peterson, Mrs. Mo Ferrer, Mr. James Davey, Mr. Michael Tyson, and Mr. Merrick Ramos, you have put the token in the machine, turned the crank, and out comes the little plastic bauble of my affection and admiration. So the machinery of affection has been invoked, and it has been transferred unto you. All right. Well, thank you guys once again. See you guys in a couple weeks.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.